This one deep within the noise of Autzen Stadium in Eugene, but it's also senior day for the Ducks. Potential #1 pick Kayvon Thibodeau playing his final game at Autzen right off the bat for the Ducks. They get the ball first. Anthony Brown goes to work. 11-yard gain on the quarterback keeper. First down for the Ducks. Same drive, 4th down and 1. Travis Dye up the middle. Forget about it. Ducks on the board first. The Autzen crowd loving the show. Even the banana peels that are in the crowd are having a fun time. Looks like a pretty fun crowd.
Yeah. First Beaver possession, 3rd down and 5. Beavs go to B.J. Baylor, and he gets thrown to the turf like a rag doll. Dorless gets there first. The Beavs have to punt. Ensuing drive, 3rd and 4. Ducks on their own 10. Travis Dye running out on an open range. 20-yard game, and the Ducks are in business on their second drive of the day. Moments later, same drive. Anthony Brown to his right, throws on the run. Devin Williams is there, and 50 yards later, he's there in the end zone. The Ducks go up 14-0 in the first 11 minutes of the game.
Such a quick start for the Ducks. Put the Beavers on alert. Next drive, Beavs trying to get something going with some play action. Musgrave in the flats. This worked all day for the Beavers, this play over and over again. Chance Nolan finding some rhythm. Big 3rd down conversion here. The Beavs work their way down to field goal range. In comes Everett Hayes. This is from 38 yards out. Finished up the first quarter by knocking it down the middle, 14-3 at the end of 1.
Even as the Beavs got some offensive momentum, the Ducks didn't forfeit theirs. Devin Williams had 105 receiving yards in the first half. Picks up the first down in the start of the second quarter. Now, because of a penalty, Oregon's drive stalls later on, but that brings out Camden Lewis. 36-yard attempt. It's good. Ducks back up by 2 scores. B.J. Baylor not doing as much as we'd expect, but still such a threat that the play action keeps biting. Musgrave out in the flat again, but that drive goes nowhere after that game.
Yeah, speaking of consistently biting, over on the other side, Devin Williams, another first down for the Ducks. But Anthony Brown's rushing attack was another one that just kept biting the Beavers. It may not seem like a highlight here, but on this drive, this little 4-yard Brown gain, this happened maybe 5 different times throughout the drive, just kept moving on down the field with it. And then eventually, it broke the Beavers down, and it broke their ability to tackle them out in open space. Ducks go up by 21 points with just 30 seconds left in the half. We'll take one more look at it as he finds a massive hole. The ankle tackles certainly not going to work for a runner like Anthony Brown. So at halftime, Oregon was just running the table, and it felt like Oregon controlled this game in whatever manner it wanted to.
Yeah, and it seemed like the Beavs weren't even around the Oregon receivers. In that first half, there was a time when only 4 passes gained around 100 yards. Devin Williams had 105 receiving in that half. Something is wrong with the coverage when 4 passes account for over 100 yards and basically the entire football field.
Yeah, absolutely. And when it wasn't the pass coverage, Anthony Brown was running like a running back. He was able to do whatever he wanted to in the first half. That late drive gave Oregon a 24-3 lead at halftime, and Anthony Brown was tearing apart the Beaver defensive line. And here's something for Ducks fans they certainly like. Haven't been used to seeing this over the past decade. Oregon doubled Oregon State's time of possession. Oregon worked every stat in the first half. The Ducks had 10 more first downs. They ran nearly twice the plays that the Beavers ran on offense. Oregon did much better on 3rd down as well. And with how good Oregon State's defense has been over the past several weeks and how stale Oregon's offense was last week, this was kind of shocking.
Yeah, there were some weird plays in that second quarter too. One when B.J. Baylor looked like he might not have been down, but was ruled down. Had that play been looked at, he may have gained some extra yards. But even the rushing attack looked like it could be tilted in Oregon State's favor coming into the game with how good B.J. Baylor has been. That ended up not being the case at all in the first half. Anthony Brown outran the entire Beavers team, but when comparing Brown, a quarterback, to B.J. Baylor, the stats are pretty shocking for the first half. Brown carried the ball more times than B.J. Baylor. In fact, Anthony Brown only carried it 1 fewer times than Travis Dye. To mount any sort of comeback in the second half, the Beavs would need to get to the running game and get it back under control. Well, third quarter, the Beavs come out with a purpose. B.J. Baylor, an 8-yard run right off the bat. And the very next play, they go to B.J. Baylor again. This time, He bounces out of a tackle in the backfield and then turns it upfield, and he has another huge gain for the Beavs. A first down, and Oregon State is moving.
Same drive. Now Chance Nolan gets involved. He gets smacked while he throws this ball, but the ball is on the money. The catch is magnificent. Bradford has Oregon State in scoring position. 4th and goal, flat route to a tight end. Guess who? Musgrave again, touchdown Beavs, 14-point game, or not so fast maybe. Oregon State elects to go for 2 in a very odd time to do it. It gets blown up by Kayvon Thibodeau, and now it's a 15-point game instead. So kind of odd decision making there for Mr. Smith.
Ensuing drive, 3rd down and 5 for the Ducks. And then watch the extra effort from Travis Dye. Lowers his shoulder even though he's pretty small on his own. First down with that run. Beavs need a defensive stop. 3rd down again for the Ducks. This time, the Beavs step up and get the stop they need. No panic button to hit just yet.
But then the Ducks defense comes alive. They're going back and forth on the defense here a little bit. 3rd and 6, Verone McKinley. Watch out. He flattens his own guy, but more importantly, he causes the incompletion and the Beaver punt. But Anthony Brown, trying to do what he's been doing all day, run up the middle, loses the football, scramble for it. Oregon State says it jumped on top of it. It looks like we have a turnover, but after looking at it again, Brown came to the ground first pretty clearly. Oregon keeps the ball. Nothing else happens in the 3rd.
Plenty happened in the 4th, though. Immediately following shout, Chris Hudson for the Ducks emerges. This guy had a ball game in the 4th quarter, folks. Very next play after this one, almost picks up the first down. It's been this guy all year long. Travis Dye going to work, trying to lock it up for Oregon. 16 more yards to Dye's total on that pickup. Takes a whole host of Beavers to bring him down. Ducks down to the 40 now, and they're driving. Here's Chris Hudson again. Stays alive, keeps down the 5, and he lets out a big quack quack to the fans in the stands.
And if he's doing all the work, let him get the touchdown, right? Makes sense to everyone else. The true freshman gets his first touchdown of his career, and it comes in a big rivalry game. But the very next drive, B.J. Baylor making his experience and presence known. He even shushes, I should say, the Autzen crowd. Beavs right back in it, but need help. They go for 2 again. They don't get it again.
That help is on the way, though. Onside kick, Beavers recover. Oregon makes that look way too easy for Oregon State there. 2-score game, and here come the Beavs. So Oregon State, they've got to hurry. Well, they do. They go to Chance Nolan, and he's going to make things happen for them. Going to the end zone, looking for Bradford. That's a touchdown. Oregon State within 10 points. They go for 2 again. They don't get it again.
Interesting. But the Ducks get the ball back, and they go to old reliable Travis Dye from 1 out. Touchdown Ducks, game iced. The senior sends the fans a kiss. On senior day, the Ducks survive the 4th quarter surge from the Beavers and win the 125th meeting of this historic rivalry. 38-29, the final score from Autzen.